Hey, how you doing? This is Steve from oldguyhockey.com. Just doing another quick video update about my bicep tendon surgery. It happened in March of 2010. So it's over 2 years now, and it took me up till September of 2010, probably like September, October of 2010 to be somewhat back to normal after gaining like 25 pounds because I couldn't do anything for well, I think I couldn't do anything for like 7 or 8 months, but I couldn't play hockey. I couldn't do a lot of the physical things I wanted to do, but I refrained from the treadmill and the elliptical, even though I should have probably done that. But anyway, but it's been, almost close to 2 years. And a couple of people have seen the original videos of when I did tore the tendon and done the injury. There's been some asking for updates, how things are going. And I can honestly say that, as far as the rehab went, it went well. Everything went well. And over the last year, saying from like a year after the surgery, the full year after the recovery, things have definitely gotten better. And there was still some issues with some of the motion, but for the most part, and I'll be 52 in another week. This happened when I was just about to turn 50, and pretty much everything's almost normal. It doesn't. The arm still doesn't look the same. I think it's just because of the way they cut my arm, and I'll show you in a minute. But other than that, strength-wise, I feel the same. I can lift the same. I don't actually. Sometimes on my arm that I had the surgery, I actually feel like I have more strength, and I don't know if that's got something to do with the tendon being new versus the other arm. It's an old, it's worn out maybe. I don't know, but one of the exercises that I for some of you guys out there that have had the surgery or are just having it now, one of the exercises that I did that. For the longest time, I was wondering if it would ever be the same, normal again, was this exercise. I'm going to show you right now. My physical therapist showed me this, and they told me I used to do it with just a hammer when I first started, because after you do the injury, you're you can't lift much weight. So what I did for the first, I'm going to move back so you can see this. Initially, I was doing this exercise with a hammer, and this is my bad arm here, and I'll show you the different muscle tone in a minute. But this, turning it in like that, it took for the longest time. I would be like that far in, this far in. I used to do it with a hammer, and then you start with like a 1 pound dumbbell, 2 pound dumbbell, 3 pound. This is a 10 pound, and then just going like that, just turning your wrist in. And for the most part, it's the same. This hand, but for the longest time, I would turn it, and I would only get like that much out of it, and then eventually it stretched out. It's got to do with this whole section here when they reattach the tendon. You just need to stretch it out. So it's just it's a process, It takes time, and I was impatient for the longest time, and I wanted to get back to playing hockey. I had to get back to work and doing pretty much a physical type job that I had in the catering business. But over time, it does heal. It's slow, and it's a long process, especially if you're at the age I'm at. If you're in your late 40s, early 50s, and I guess this happens frequently to guys our age. And that's the problem. It's just, the healing process takes time. But, as far as muscle tone, that's this arm. I do go to the gym occasionally, a couple times a week, and I try to keep exercise as much as I can. And this arm's good, too. And the tendon, you really can't see, probably can't see it on the video. There's a scar here where they cut, and there's a scar right across right in the middle. You can see that one. And that's where they cut. But all the motions, my arm motions, my curling motions, everything seems really good, and I'm happy with how things went. I'm glad I got it done, because if you don't get it done, you're basically losing your 50% of your arm strength, and being someone who wanted to stay active as long as I could. I chose to do it. And you got to do it right away too. One of the guys who sent me an email recently about the surgery, it just happened, and he scheduled the surgery within like a week of it happening. You got to do it right away, or um, you're going to lose that. The tendon ends up riding up your bicep, and then the longer you wait, then they got to go up and get basically a pair of tongs and pull it down, and then the process of stretching it out takes longer if you wait longer than the 2 week period or 10 days, whatever it is. And it's just the rehab's longer, so you got to do it right away before the tendon just kind of rides up into your arm, and then they got to go fishing for it. So, but everything's going great. I'm happy with how it went, and looking forward to hopefully being able to stay as active as I can for the next few years at least. And actually taking part in a hockey marathon this next weekend, 24-hour hockey marathon, all-day power play. A little plug for alldaypowerplay.net. It's a local thing where I live. It's an organization fundraising for an organization called the Nashua Children's Home. A bunch of guys, 60 guys, getting together to play hockey for 24 hours. All the money we raise to sponsor us will be going to the Nashua Children's Home. So it's kind of a cool thing. So a couple of guys that I've played with for years are doing it, and they've done it for 5 years. This is the fifth year they're doing it. And I decided to check it out this year. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hack it for 24 hours. I haven't pulled an all-nighter in I don't know how long. Never mind play hockey the whole time, but it should be fun, and I'm looking forward to it. So anyways, that's the update, and I hope everything is going well for whoever else is getting the surgery. But if you have any questions, email me. I'm really happy how things went for me. So thank you.